When should I retire? It's one of the most common questions I hear, and the truth is, it's not just about when you feel ready, it's about when the numbers make the most sense. Because the wrong retirement date could mean higher taxes on your income and Social Security, penalties on your Medicare premiums, missed opportunities for Roth conversions, and even thousands lost in investment income or healthcare expenses. The day you choose to retire can impact how much you keep, how soon you can start, and how long your money will last. And yet, most people pick it based on a gut feeling. They retire around the holidays or around their birthday or when they're just too burned out to keep going. But the wealthy don't guess their way into retirement. They plan their exit like a strategy. And today, I'm going to show you how to do the same, because there is a best time of year to retire depending on your tax situation, age, health care, and your benefits. And getting that timing right could mean tens of thousands more in your pocket over the next 10, 20, and even 30 years. If you're new here, I'm Mark Wisneski, president of Southern Incomes, where we help people customize retirement plans that are tax smart, stress-free, and built to last. In today's video, I'm breaking down the most strategic times of the year to retire and why it matters more than you think. We'll look at how to time your retirement around your income taxes, why Medicare rules and IRMAA surcharges could change your plan, how to avoid losing money on Social Security or pensions, and what month most retirees regret choosing. This isn't just about the calendar, this is about getting the right timing so that you can keep more of what you've earned and start your retirement from a position of strength. Let's dive in. Part 1, why retiring at the end of the year might be a mistake. A lot of people choose to retire in December, often for symbolic reasons. It's the end of the year and it feels like a clean break. I want to start a new year as a retired person. That's when I max out my PTO, vacation time, and end of the year bonuses. And while all those are perfectly valid emotional reasons, the financial side tells a different story, because retiring at the end of the year could cost you more than you realize. Here's why. It can spike your tax bill. If you worked most of the year, chances are you've earned a full salary. And then if you start drawing retirement like pension payouts, 401k withdrawals, or even Social Security, you can accidentally double stack income in that same tax year. This could push you into a higher marginal tax bracket, trigger IRMAA surcharges for Medicare premiums 2 years later, increase how much of your Social Security is taxed, by the way, up to 85%, even affect capital gains if you sell investments that year. In short, you've earned a full income, but you also started spending like a retiree. And the IRS is going to see both of those. 2, you might miss strategic withdrawal opportunities when you retire mid-year or later. You may lose the chance to fill up lower tax brackets with strategic withdrawals from pre-tax accounts. So let's say that you plan to do Roth conversions or withdrawal from IRAs at a 12 or even up to a 22% tax rate, but your job income already filled up those brackets. So that opportunity is now gone for the year. Waiting just a few more months to retire or retiring earlier in the year could mean you enter retirement with more control over your tax planning in that first year. 3, healthcare gaps could catch you off guard. If you retire in December and your employer coverage ends immediately, you may only have days or maybe even a couple of weeks to make critical Medicare or ACA decisions during the busiest time of the year for those providers. That can create stress and missed opportunities and missing deadlines and gaps that you weren't expecting. So when should you retire instead? The most strategic retirees often aim for early in the year, January to March, if they want to minimize taxable income in retirement. Mid-year around June or July, if they want to ease into benefits, spread out taxes, and lock in healthcare transitions. Or after turning 65, if they've timed their Medicare precisely to avoid premium penalties and gaps. There's no one-size-fits-all answer, but there is a smarter way to time your exit, and most of it comes down to taxes, timing, and coordination. Part 2, the best month to retire for tax and healthcare benefits. If you're trying to retire smart, smart, not just soon. Timing matters more than most people realize. And while there's no one-size-fits-all perfect retirement date, there are windows of opportunity that can help you lower your tax bill, avoid Medicare premium penalties, maximize your income streams, and transition smoothly from paycheck to withdrawal strategy. Let's break down the 3 best times of the year to retire and why they work so well. Option 1, retire early in the year, January to March. This is ideal for people who want maximum control over taxes in that first year of retirement. Why? Because retiring early in the year means you've earned very little job income for that tax year. This gives you a lower income base to work with, meaning you can have more room to take strategic IRA withdrawals at lower brackets, do partial Roth conversions without bumping up tax bracket, manage capital gains and avoid long-term gain charges, keep your Social Security taxes low, avoid and minimize future IRMAA surcharges on Medicare. You're essentially setting the tone for the rest of your retirement by starting with a clean, low income tax planning opportunity. And a bonus, if you're retiring before 65, this window also aligns well with applying for ACA, the Affordable Care Act coverage for that year. Option number 2, retire mid-year, May to July. Mid-year retirement offers a balanced approach. You've earned some income, you've built up some benefits, and maybe you hit your vacation accruals or bonuses, but you're still avoiding that year-end tax and Medicare issue. It also gives you time to plan your Social Security or pension start date, time to transition from employer coverage to Medicare or ACA, and also time to reposition assets while you still have employer support and benefits. Retiring around your 65th birthday is especially ideal because you can time your Medicare enrollment to avoid penalties or gaps. You can immediately drop employer health coverage without any stress, and you can start receiving Social Security if you choose with no delays or retroactive payments. Option number 3, retire after a birthday or a key age milestone. A lot of people don't think about this, but retiring right after a birthday can work in your favor, especially if it means hitting a key milestone like age 59 and a half. That's when you can access IRAs penalty-free. Age 62, that's when you have Social Security eligibility. Age 65, that's your Medicare eligibility. Age 73, that's when required minimum distributions begin. Why does this help? Because starting retirement after one of these birthdays may unlock more income options without penalties, or allow you to take delayed benefits like full retirement age for Social Security, help you plan with clarity around tax brackets, RMDs, or Medicare planning. Timing your retirement around these ages helps you transition without surprises, and it gives you more flexibility to make smarter financial decisions right from day one. So when should you retire? The short answer, not just when you feel ready, but when the numbers are ready. Every client we work with has a different set of factors: tax brackets, health status, employer benefits, investment makeup, age gap between spouses, or overall income needs. That's why choosing the right time of the year isn't a guess, it's a strategy. Part 3, mistakes to avoid when choosing your retirement date. As much as the right retirement planning can help you, the wrong retirement can quietly cost you, and most people don't realize it until it's way too late. So what are common mistakes that I see retirees making picking their retirement date? Mistake number 1, triggering a tax avalanche. Let's say you retire in December after earning a full year of salary, bonuses, and investment income. Then you add in your pension payout, 401k rollover, or you start Social Security. All of that stacks up in one single tax year, and suddenly you've bumped yourself into a higher tax bracket, and you've made more of your Social Security taxable. You've pushed yourself into IRMAA territory, raising Medicare premiums. You've lost eligibility for ACA subsidies if if you're under 65. What looked like a nice clean break turned into an expensive tax year. Mistake number 2, missing Medicare enrollment windows. If you retire before age 65, you'll need to bridge the gap between employer coverage and Medicare. And that means applying for ACA coverage or COBRA. And that transition takes planning. If you retire at or after 65, you must enroll in Medicare on time to avoid penalties. Miss your enrollment window and you could pay Medicare penalties for life. Retire too late and you might overpay for coverage that you don't need. Knowing the exact timing of your health benefits is crucial. Mistake number 3, rushing into Social Security. Just because you could take Social Security at 62 doesn't mean you should. Retiring early and taking benefits early might reduce your monthly check by 25 or even up to 30% for life. For many, it's worth retiring now, but delaying Social Security even a few years to lock in higher guaranteed income for the long haul makes a difference. The timing of your benefits should match your tax picture, not just your retirement date. Retirement number 4, not coordinating spousal planning. If you're married and your spouse is still working or retire later, your timing needs to be aligned. Why? Because one spouse retiring can impact your household income taxes. It may shift who claims what on health coverage. It affects when you file for Social Security, especially survivor benefits, and it may influence required distributions or joint tax planning. Coordinated retirement planning equals coordinated retirement success. Choosing your retirement date is more important than just flipping the switch. It's about knowing when your income, your taxes, your health care, and your benefits all align so you're not walking into retirement with hidden costs, then surprised by penalties, and you're not missing opportunities. That's what we do every day at Southern Incomes. If you're within 5 to 10 years of retirement and you want a custom tax-smart exit plan that fits your exact goals, book a free call with me today using the link below. We'll walk you through your options, your timeline, and how to retire on your terms with confidence, clarity, and peace of mind. I'm Mark Wisneski, and I'll see you in the next one.